After 5 years, ang laki na ng pinagbago. Kabila ang ginagawang kalsada, tulay, eskwelahan, ospital, at mga naglalakihang proyekto na hindi pa nagagawa sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas. Ngayon pa lang sa panunungkulan ni Pangulong Rodrigo Roa Duterte, masasabi na nga ba na ito na ang Golden Age of Infrastructure? Malaking pondo ang nailaan ng Pangulo sa mga proyektong pang-infrastruktura. Tinatayang aabot ng 8 trilyon mula 2017 hanggang 2022. Laking diferensya sa budget kumpara sa mga nakaraang Pangulo ng mga nakalipas na dekada. At ang pondong ito ay masasabing pinakamalaking pondo sa kasaysayan ng Pilipinas.
Infrastructure project, we will make a few years the golden age of infrastructure in the Philippines to enhance our mobility and connectivity and thereby spur development of growth on equitable in the country. In other words, we are going to build and build.
Nagsisimula ng proyekto upang balutas ang problema sa matinding trafiko, agad na ilatag ang mga decongestion program para sa EDSA. Ilan sa mga pinakamalalaking proyekto ng Build projects ang Luzon Spine Expressway Network o LSEN. Kung dati ang Ilocos to Bicol ay umabot ng 20 oras, ngayon, maaari na lang itong makuha ng 9 na oras via 42 SLEX TR5, 1,101 km. Bago pumasok ang Duterte administration, tinaguri ang worst airport ang Ninoy Aquino International Airport dahil sa pangit na serbisyo, mahabang pila, laglag pala, bukas bagahe at sa mga dishonest na mga airport staff. Problema din sa mga pantalan at maging sa mga tren at riles ang malaking problema ang sumalubong kay Department of Transportation Secretary Arthur Tugade.
Nakita ko yung problema, I was challenged. Kasi hinimay ko yung problema. Nakita ko yung tinatawag na low-hanging fruits. Meron yung mga medium-term problem at meron yung long-term na pangangailangan. Polisiya, istruktura. A-addressing ko yan. My mentality is challenged. My commitment is preserved.
Ayon sa summary ng DOTR Kaab Airport Project, 121 project completed, 114 ongoing, and 75 project ang under procurement. Mula 77 kilometers ngayon, 1,200 kilometers at mas humahaba pa mula sa Luzon, Visayas hanggang sa Mindanao. Sa summary report ng DOTR, 8 ang ongoing construction and ongoing rehabilitation, 4 naman ang for construction. Ang Pilipinas, napakaraming isla, kaya ang mga pantalan, malaki ang tulong sa pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino.
I will push harder in the pursuit of programs that we have started, but always within the parameters of the law. I will not stop until I reach the finish line. I dream of glowing days ahead for every Filipino. I dream of a Philippines better than the one I grew up with. This is my pledge and commitment. But I shall continue to comply with my constitutional duty to serve and protect the Filipino until the last day of my term. In the course of governance, sometimes people are ignorant or keep asking where the money is. Ibig sabihin, where the money is, where are the taxes that were collected by government, and what use has it been put into? Kaya dahan-dahanin na natin ito. Apparently, it seems that yung iba hindi nila alam kung paano ginamit yung pera natin. So that I invited yung first mismo, the one with the superfluous achievement in parity with Secretary Villar. Inuna ko si Art Tugade, and he will show us, or he will run us through the achievement of his department until today. Secretary Tugade, you have the floor, and you have the slides. You want to use them kindly.
Maraming salamat po, Mr. President. For the last 5 years, and despite the pandemic, the Department of Transportation and its attached agencies have been relentless in achieving significant strides towards the improvement of the country's transport system. Now it can be said that transformation has been initiated and implemented to improve and revolutionize our country's transport system. Siguro mahalaga, Mr. President, at this moment na maalala natin yung mga bagay at problema, na ating mga sinalubong nung tayo po ay naupo. Marami hong mga problema at kabwisitan na inabot natin nung tayo'y pumasok. Mag-alala lang ho tayo ng 6 na bagay in the interest of time. Una po, Mr. President, yung laglag bala. At tayo ay nabansagan sa NAIA na having the worst airport, one of the worst airport in the world. Dati laman ng balita ang NAIA dahil sa laglag bala modus. Ang mga biyahero, balot ng duct tape at plastic ang mga bagahe nila. Ngayon po, natigil na ang kalokohan na yan dahil sa pagpapatuwad ng mas istriktong panuntunan sa baggage handling. Ngayon po, yung bansag na worst international airport sa NAIA ay nabago. Nasama na po ang NAIA sa tinatawag na world's most improved airport. Alalahanin din po natin, Mr. President, nandun dumating tayo, talagang kabwisitan ang inabot natin sa MRT-3. Ang tawag nga sa MRT-3 noon ay MRT Tirik. Ngayon ho, Mr. President, wala nang train derailment unloading incident. Yung dating takbo ng tren na 25 kilometers in 2016 ay nabago na po. Tayo ho ay tumatakbo sa speed ng 60 kilometers per hour. Yung train interval ho was reduced from 9 minutes to 3.5 minutes. Ang biyahe mula sa North Avenue to Taft Avenue ay nabawasan mula 1 hour and 15 minutes to only 50 minutes. From only 10 to 15 trains, Mr. President, MRT-3 is now deploying 23 running trains. Bago na po ang aircon sa tren at operational na ang mga escalator at elevator. Lahat ng relays sa MRT-3 ay napalitan na ng brand new. Wala na po bako-bako at hindi na ho sira-sira. Maalala po natin, Mr. President, nung tayo'y dumating, ang lisensya ay papel. Kukuha ka ng lisensya, bibigyan ka ng maliit na papel. Higit 3 milyon ang backlog na nadatnan natin noon. Ngayon po, Mr. President, yung backlog na yan ay na-address na at ngayon po, ang lisensya ay may card na at hindi kapirasong papel. Dati po, Mr. President, 3 years validity. Ginawa nating 5 years. This year ho, sa Oktubre, mauumpisahan natin yung 10 years validity ng lisensya. Basta't malinis ang record ng driver. Meron hong bansag na sa atin noon, Mr. President, na kung saan tinatawag ang ating republika, republikang walang plaka. Dati, lahat ng sasakyan, walang plaka. Kotse, motorsiklo, van at lahat, wala. Nasa 3.9 million pares na plaka na ang ating naipamigay at mahalaga ho na malaman natin na kung noon yung mga plaka natin ay ginagawa sa ibang lupalop ng mundo, ang LTO ho ay meron ng plate making facility na gumagamit ng robot. Maalala ho natin, Mr. President, nung tayo'y dumating, napakaraming airport at seaport na nasalanta na pabayaan dahil sa kalamidad, napabayaan ho ito. Ngayon po, Mr. President, makikita ho natin yung halimbawa na nakita sa Ormoc. Nakita rin natin yung pinag-iwanan sa Takbilaran at Maribohok. Ngayon ho, makikita ho natin, ayos, maganda na at napapakinabangan. Mr. President, nung dumating po tayo sa PNR, alam niyo po ba, paalala ko lang, when we took over ang PNR, 50 years ago pa, huling nakabili ng bagong tren gamit ang sariling pondo. Ito ho was 50 years ago. Ngayon, nakatikim na ang PNR ng bago at modernong tren. Habang inaalala natin itong mga problema at kabwisitan na ito, silipin po natin, Mr. President, yung concrete achievement ng ating kagawaran ng transportasyon by sector. Silipin po natin yung aviation sector. In the aviation sector, we have completed 214 airport projects. 100 pa ang ongoing. Yung sa completed projects, Mr. President, kasama po dito yung Clark International Airport New Passenger Terminal na kung saan kamakailan ay in-inspection po natin, Mr. President. Ito ho ay world class at mapapalaban at papantayan yung mga passenger terminal sa buong mundo. Nandyan po yung Bohol Panglao International Airport, inaugurate noong November 27. Alam nyo po ba, paalala ko lang, ang feasibility study ng Bohol Panglao International Airport ay ginawa po noong year 2000 pa. Ganyan ho katagal itong feasibility study nito bago nagbunga at nagkaroon ng realidad. Nandiyan po yung Mactan Cebu International Airport na inaugurate natin noong June 7, 2018 at bagamat kompleto na, hindi ho tumitigil ang ating paggawa na kung saan meron na tayong sinisilip at sinisipat na parallel runway. Hindi ho pahuhuli yung Sangli Airport in Cavite na inaugurate natin noong February 15, 2020. Andiyan po yung Dumaguete na inaugurate noong 11 March 2021 at mahalaga ho itong sasabihin ko na inaugurate ho natin yung CNS ATM. Ito yung Communication Navigation Surveillance Air Traffic Management. Alam niyo po ba, Mr. President, nung tayo'y nagsimula, tatatlo lang ho yung radar sa buong archipelago. Ngayon ho, as we speak, we are proud to say that we have 13 radars. 100% of Philippine airspace is now covered. Other airports inaugurated included Calbayog in Samar, Calibo in Aklan, Ormoc, Tuguegarao, San Vicente Airport in Palawan, just to mention a few at this time, in the interest of time. Pero bago matapos ang ating termino, Mr. President, sa 2022, target ho nating mag-inaugurate ng marami pang paliparan. Isa ho dito yung New Bicol International Airport. Mr. President, this airport is targeted for completion and operational before the end of this year. Capacity, 2 million passengers per year. Ito po ay na-delay for 11 years at sumalang ho sa 3 o 4 na groundbreaking. Mr. President, patapos na to at malapit ng pakinabakan ang New Bicol International Airport. Yung Butuan Airport set for inauguration in August 2021. Siquijor Airport for inauguration in September 2021. Katarman Airport Rehab Project for inauguration in September 2021, General Santos International Airport for inauguration in September 2021. Ito lang po yung mga ehemplo o sample na mga proyekto sa aviation. Silipin po natin yung railway sector. In the railway sector, we have completed the LRT2 East Extension Project, which started operation July 1 of this year. Mr. President, please listen to this. This project was conceptualized in 1999. 2 more for completion and partial operation projects are to be done by the end of this year. Una po, yung Common Station Area B Atrium. This is targeted for completion in December 2021. This project was originally approved by NEDA in 2006. Ganyan po katagal yung konsepto ng common station na ngayon ay binubuo at binibigyan buhay natin. Yung MRT Rehabilitation Project, nasabi niyo po ito sa inyong State of the Nation, is slated for total and complete completion will be this December of 2021. Ngayon po, meron po tayong mga ongoing and for trial runs before the end, bago ho magtapos ang termino ng ating Pangulo. Yung MRT-7 trial run for stations 4 up to 8, may trial run ho ito in April of 2022. Yung unsolicited proposal ay unang sinumite ng Department of Transportation and Communication po noon, year 2001, and the concession agreement was signed in year 2008. Makikita po dito na kung gaano katagal nagkaroon ng realidad itong MRT-7. For the Metro Manila Subway, ang trial run ho nito shall be conducted from East Valenzuela to the Philippine Railway Institute in April 2022. The concept for the Metro Manila Subway, nag-umpisa ho ito noong year 1973. Ito rin po, sasabihin ko, yung Philippine Railway Institute, our Railways Research and Training Center, shall have its partial operation in June of 2022. Yung LRT-1 Cavite Extension na matagal nang nabinbin. In fact, the right-of-way was started in year 2007. Yung approval ho ng ICC was done Agosto year 2000. Ganyan po katagal ito. Mahigit 50% na tayo dito at pupunta na sa pagtatapos. The PNR Clark Phase 1, Tutuban Malolos. Ito ho ay babawasan ng ating travel time between Tutuban and Malolos from 1 hour and 30 minutes to just 35 minutes. Hindi ho pahuhuli yung PNR Clark Phase 2 Malolos Clark. Ito ho ay babawasan ng travel time from Malolos to Clark from 1 hour and 30 minutes to just 35 minutes. Hindi rin ho pahuhuli yung PNR Clark Phase 2. Ito ho yung Malolos Clark. Pag nakatapos ho ito at matatapos din naman, babawasan ng travel time from Malolos to Clark from 1 hour and 30 minutes to just 35 minutes. Partial operation din ho ang mangyayari sa tinatawag natin PNR Bicol or Bicol Express. Ang partial operation ho nito will cover 4 segments. San Pablo, Candelaria, Lucena, Pagbilao. Yung partial operation ho ito is targeted to happen in the first and second quarter of 2022. Full operation is expected in the third quarter of 2025. Ito ho, pag nagawa at magagawa din po naman, Mr. President, babawasan ho natin yung biyahe from Manila to Bicol from 12 hours and to 14 hours to only 6 hours. Hindi ho pahuhuli yung Mindanao Rail. Partial operations of Tagum Carmen segment targeted in March of 2022. Full operation is targeted on June 23. Ito ho ay magbabawas ng pagbiyahe from Tagum City, Davao del Norte and Digo City, Davao del Sul from 3 hours just to 1 hour. Yan po ang mga nangyari sa aviation at railways. Silipin po natin kung ano yung mga nagawa sa road sector. In the interest of time at this moment, pwede po bang i-emphasize ko lang ho, Mr. President, ang 3 proyekto. Una po, yung bike lane. Nagawa at natapos na po natin, Mr. President, ang halos 500 kilometers ng bike lane sa Metro Manila, Metro Cebu at Metro Davao. yung EDSA busway, we started the establishment yung dedicated median lane for public utility buses in EDSA para sa mga commuters. Travel time via bus from Monumento to PITX, nabawasan ho yan from 3 to 4 hours to just 50 minutes. Natapos na rin ho natin at operational na at happy naman ang mga taong nagbabiyahe. Happy yung mga pasahero, happy yung mga driver at operator sa Parañaque Integrated Terminal Exchange, PITX. In 2018, inumpisaan ho natin yung operasyon ng tinatawag natin na country's first land port. Bakit land port? Kasi ho, kung titignan mo at makapasok ka doon, parang airport ang tingin. Ang maximum capacity nito daily is 100,000 passengers. Hindi ho pahuhuli yung maritime sector na kung saan 451 seaport projects ay natapos na at tinatapos pa ho natin mga 100. Kasama ho sa mga nakumpletong seaport projects are Puerto ng Cagayan de Oro, the country's biggest port passenger terminal. Ito ho yung pinakamalaking passenger port terminal sa buong Pilipinas. Nangyari po yan sa termino ng ating presidente. Ang kapasidad ho, 3,000 passengers daily. Nandiyan ho yung puerto ng Tacbilaran at Maribojoc sa Bohol, puerto ng Borac, San Fernando and Batarasa in Palawan, Port of Dumaguete sa Lumagin, Ilocos Norte, Babac Port in Davao del Norte, General Santos among others. Ito po, at makikita sa screen, tapos na po. Meanwhile, meron ho tayo mga ongoing project to be completed before our term ends. Kung nasabi kong naitayo na po natin yung pinakamalaking passenger terminal sa Cagayan de Oro, ito po, Mr. President, ay panandalian lang. Bakit? Pagkat meron ho tayong puerto sa Calapag that will accommodate 4,000 passengers at any given time. Tatapusin ho namin ito, Mr. President, bago matapos ang iyong termino. Hindi ho pahuhuli yung Zamboanga Port, which can likewise accommodate 3,000 passengers at any given time. Mr. President, the Port of Lucena in Quezon City and Quezon and the Port of Abra de Ilog in Occidental Mindoro are ready for inauguration. The Coron Port Expansion Project is also scheduled for inauguration in December 2021. Ang Curimao Port in Ilocos Norte will be inaugurated in November 2021. Nakita ho natin yung mga build projects na ginawa natin sa aviation, sa maritime, sa road at sa rail sector. Hindi ho pahuhuli yung modernization program natin sa Coast Guard. Ito hong Coast Guard ay nagre-report ho at bahagi ng kagawaran ng transportasyon. Patuloy din natin pinapalakas ang kapasidad ng ating Coast Guard. Itong nakaraang Lunes, we launched yung isa sa dalawang 94 meters multi-role response vessel of the Philippine Coast Guard. Ito po yung pinakamalaki sa fleet ng Coast Guard that will help in our effort to maintain security and safety capabilities in the open seas. Marahil tatanungin ho ng ating mga kababayan, at ano naman ang ginagawa ng kagawaran ng transportasyon itong panahon ng COVID, itong panahon ng pandemya? Ayan nyo pong sabihin ko yung mga ibang bagay at mga bagay-bagay na ginagawa ng kagawaran ng transportasyon. Nandiyan ho yung service contracting program. Sa ilalim ng programa, binabayaran natin ang mga tsuper. May sakay man sila o wala. Ang total disbursement as of June 30 is 1.9 billion pesos. Nandiyan ho yung libreng sakay. Nagbibigay din tayo ng free ride para sa mga APORs, authorized persons, yung mga rank and file with the management under the leadership of the President. Kaya nga po, Mr. President, nagmamalaki kaming nagsusumiti ngayon ng report na ginawa namin addressing yung mga problema at mga kabwisitan nung dumating tayo. Pagtatayo ng mga istruktura sa build na pwede nating ipagmalaki. Nandiyan dyan, Mr. President, yung tinatawag natin sound fiscal management at last but not the least, the culture formation. Mahalaga ho ito pagkat kung walang kultura, walang value ang mga tao, mahihirapan ho tayong gumawa ng proyekto. Ngunit, kung meron ng value, cultures and ways of doing things, madali hong dumating at madaling magawa ang mga proyekto. Yan lang po, Mr. President. Marami pong salamat.
Art, I cannot express in words the appreciation of this government of your talent and expertise in running your department. Pag nawala kayo, balik tayo sa 5 taon na naman, 10 taon, puro drawing lang. So Art, I will not detain you any further. Thank you for the report, and we expect more to come as the projects are being completed. So, salamat, at we hope to have you again next time to give us the report nearing the end of nearing the end of my term. Thank you.
Maraming salamat, Mr. President. I'm happy and I'm certainly humbled by your very generous remark. Maraming salamat po. Promise, magtatapos pa ho ako ng maraming proyekto bago matapos ang ating termino.
My
maraming
comments come from the heart. You know that. You know me. Wala akong I do not go for pretensions.